Yes.
All right, we are live now. Hello and welcome everyone again to our Saturday Psychic Sessions. Today we have a special guest host, Tammy, Spirit Intuitive Tammy Wennerstrom. And she is also does some live readings. You haven't done them in a while though, huh? I've kind of pulled you back
Nope,
into
not
it.
in a while. I've been taking a
We've been
nice
talking about
vacation, but you're
yeah, we've
pushing
been
me.
talking about for a while.
Yeah.
So we decided to get on. We're going to do some live readings and maybe we'll get into some discussions and kind of go in depth about certain, maybe take some points out of this and just to kind of accentuate on the points, the finer points that are coming up. And so we are doing some free readings. So please share this. Please like it, like the page, the channel. If you haven't yet, please subscribe and hit the bell so you get the notifications. We're going to be doing these every Saturday with guest hosts just like Tammy or just by myself. And anyway, we will get started. So first of all, Tammy, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? I know about you, but a lot of our audience I don't think does yet. So go ahead and tell them what you're about, what you do, how you do it, and where you do it.
Oh, God, I don't even know where to start. I've been doing it for so long, I don't even know where to start. But came out of a steep religious background and had a major awakening and just been getting detoxed from religious stuff and learning to hear spirit and move in spirit and follow spirit, and it's just opened my eyes to a whole level of hearing and seeing and doing spiritually. It's very real to me. I don't take it lightly. I relish hearing and getting spiritual messages. I would rather spend most of my time there than in the world. And some people would say that I'm so heavenly minded that I'm no earthly good. And to that I say, so what? People like us that know how to tap into the spirit realm, we do a lot of work in the ethers. And that work in the spirit and in the ethers is what manifests in this natural realm. So that's very important to me. That first spirit and then the natural. And I would rather hang out there than anywhere. I love helping people. I love teaching people how to tap in for themselves. That's what I really like doing. So I'm hoping to this year get more active with teaching and doing some public speaking. And I do have a book in the works, so that's coming.
Awesome. Well, you'll have to come back on, and we'll be doing some lives together.
Yeah,
frequently.
We've done a lot of lives together in the past. We flow together. You and Norms and me, we know how to flow together, and I love you guys. Anytime you want to go live, I'm here.
So everybody's saying hello. I don't know if you see the chat. You see the chat?
I don't see the chat. Let me try to go on. Has Norma shared it?
Or you know what? I can just feature. I can feature things. I think so. Let me see here. So when we get ready, when you ask a question, I'll just feature it on the live, and it should show up on the screen. We'll see. In theory, that's how it used to work. So basically, we kind of let people know what is it you're doing when you're doing your work, your spiritual work. What does a lot of it deal with? Like what is it you're really offering people, that service that you're doing, that healing? I mean, I know part of it's healing, but it is intuitive as well.
A lot of it is healing. A lot of it is healing past traumas, but learning to trust in yourself that you are already connected to spirit. You've never lost connection to God's source. And the things that you and I do, everybody has the ability to tap into that. I specialize kind of on the shamanic soul journeying type work, where we do kind of guided meditations and take people in. and let them have
So we're
their own
going into
experience.
someone's, yeah,
I
that's like I
don't.
see it like shamanic. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. Go ahead and finish.
Oh, go ahead.
But shamanic work to me is, going at the depths, or the depths that we're allowed of that soul to whoever we're working with, right? And being able to kind of show them, these are things you're already feeling, you're already experiencing within yourself. You're just allowing me a window in, so I can kind of see and hear and feel what's kind of going on from that spiritual perspective. You might want to turn your volume down.
Yeah, I just turned it down. I was connecting to YouTube.
Cool. Volume's working though. That's good. But
going to teach you
I think. Okay, hold on. We got questions coming in already. But anyway, let's get started, and we'll just go from there. We'll just basically what we're going to do is we both schedule readings. So allow us and let them know like where they can go to schedule a reading if they need to after the session. We're just kind of giving sample readings tonight. We're just going to talk about, it may go really deep. It probably will. It's two psychics online working together. So that, usually tends to go in a real wacky place. Good place, but we'll both kind of take our turn at answering, maybe answer both, both kind of have a message and kind of collaborate here. So what questions you have, I will put up on the board here if I can. Let me see if I can do this. There we go. Can you read that?
Let me see here. In Monday, I had some embarrassing situation with one hot guy. I'm guilty. My question is, will I find who he is? Will I see him again? He has been a green jacket and I want to see him again. What do you think about that? I don't know what a green jacket is.
So you kind of met that you met a hot guy. You're guilty. Your cue is what? Will I find who he is?
Will I find who he is?
So there's a little crush going on. You found some chemistry. As far as this guy, I feel like you will see him again. Don't, careful not to get your expectations up, but I feel like your radar is up, like you're ready for that kind of connection, right? And I think when it comes to a hot guy, right, or a hot girl, whichever you prefer, whatever that is for you, I think it's just important that you don't kind of sell yourself short. I think it's important that you don't, you get in these situations or seem to get in these situations where you feel intimidated by somebody and you don't ever talk to them. Like now, take that opportunity to go up and meet them, be bold. And I feel like when you see that person again, yes, go for it. Talk to them. Just be cool. Just be you. Just be meeting another person, making contact. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, Tammy.
Well, there's definitely a connection, or he wouldn't have come across your path and caught your eye in such a way. So there's a connection. If you desire to find him and see him again, kind of meditate on that and be open to it and let it come to you. Because as you put that vibration out there, you're going to attract back the answer. But in the meantime, stay in your own skin. Whatever the green jacket is, I'm not sure what that means. But if you want to see him again, put yourself out there, set that intention. And just wait patiently for it. Go back to where you seen him. Where'd you see him at? A food market or gas station? Kind of frequent that place and put yourself out there a little bit. And the next time you see him, and I'm saying the next time because I feel like you will see him again, don't be afraid to go up and say hi.
Yeah.
Make that contact.
So thank you very much, Darinka. Derek? Let me see. I got somebody else here.
Awesome.
You skipped my
question.
Awesome. Incognito says you skipped my question. All right, I'm going to find it. Hold on. All right, I'll let you go ahead and answer this one first. We'll just alternate. Who's first?
Incognito. I was wondering if Jacqueline comes through. Let me loosen up to this because I've been stretching my wings as far as
mediumship is the hardest. Just to let you know, folks, And I don't know if you agree, Tammy, but isn't like medium and contacting those like close that have passed, isn't it? It's a little harder, isn't it? Takes a lot more energy.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's easier when we have that one-on-one. So if you really want to get in-depth reading from a medium, you need a one-on-one, because when we're putting ourselves out there like this, we are picking up a lot of energy from a lot of different people. I am picking up a Jacqueline coming through, and I just really hear a general message that she's with you and she wants you to be at peace. She wants you to be at peace and to not stress over her passing, that she's right where she wants to be at this moment. So it's kind of a general message, but that's what I'm hearing. So I'm going to speak it and know that that's going to be for you for right now in this short little span that you have here asking about her.
As far as what I pick up, and I'm pretty sure this is Jacqueline, but I feel like, I don't know, and this could be, I shouldn't say I'm pretty sure because it kind of goes a different way sometimes, but I am getting like someone who drinks their coffee like real, or tea, like very particularly, like very specifically. Like, I don't know what it was, but they were very specific about, I'm getting shown a cup and holding a cup, holding it properly, or maybe not, like holding it their own unconventional way. That kind of stood out. Also something with, yeah, that's what I'm picking up. Like, I'm feeling like they're very particular. Like, they're very detailed about things, which was like a very important,
like 3
part,
sugars
like
and
a talent. Like, there was a talent, but it could get like really annoying sometimes. But that's what I'm picking up from her. Let me see if we get any other response here. That's from Incognito. But I'm not quite sure. That's what I got right when you asked that question. I let Tammy go. That's what I was picking up. And these are ways just for them to connect. It's like ways for them, like, kind of familiarize. Yeah, that's me. You know, but they don't like, it's not a parlor trick. Like, they don't like doing parlor tricks just like we don't like doing parlor tricks, right? They're us. They're our consciousness. We're all part of that. So the way you think about, you know, stand on your head, do this for me, do this, you know, they're going to come through that way. But a lot of the times it's very subtle. It doesn't come through like Mother Mary visiting you in your living room. It's more of a feeling. It's that electricity you feel in the air, you know, in the atmosphere. Your hair stands up. She that's how she comes through to you.
Yes. And when you have a thought that brings your attention to her, that's her.
Yeah. You see him in the mall. Okay. Darinka says, I see him in the mall. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, that's someplace that's easy. You're going to, you know, he probably works there. That's kind of what I'm feeling. Like, he works there, or he's there a lot. So I think the reading for, you know, what Tammy was saying, as far as kind of put yourself back in that situation, which I feel like you go there too. So I think you're going to run into him. It's probably going to be about a month. But when you see him again, don't be afraid to make contact. All right, let's see here. I don't know where Incognito went, but hopefully they come back.
There's a question from. I see a question from Alicia Jordan.
Okay,
when will I be able mentally to work a job again?
There we go. Okay. You know, Alicia, I feel like it's something you don't want to rush back into. Something you don't want to like really force yourself right now. I think right now it's about kind of gaining that focus, or regaining, right? It's like healing. Like, I pick up like regaining focus. Was there something that happened to, what was this? Like, it feels like thinking, or of the mind, or of the brain, or of the like thought process. Like, it feels like a recovery here. Does that make sense?
It does to me. Like, you were in a high stress situation I feel like you were in a very high stress situation. So you had to take some steps back, and now you're relearning how to acclimate again. So take your time in it. Don't rush just because you want to feel like you should be doing something. There's many things that you do already that contribute to the world and to other people that cross your path every day. So I think you should just pay attention to how you feel, trust your vibes with how you feel, and take your time and do a little bit at a time. Don't rush into anything where you could put yourself in a situation of being overwhelmed again. Because what I'm picking up is that you are a highly sensitive person, and a lot of empaths, they know how to open themselves up to take in all this energy from everybody around them, but they haven't yet learned to cut it off, to not let it affect them in a personal way. And that takes practice. That takes learning to not be attached to people, places, and things. And that way you can gauge how you feel and pick up energies, but you don't have to let it cloak you, possess you, and take you out in an overwhelming state. Okay, so just go in it a little bit at a time, bubble up.
Yeah, take your time.
Bubble up.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yep.
That's what I was saying too, Sarah. Thanks for bringing me back to that, because that's really what the main message was there is don't rush it. Like, take your time. Don't get too frustrated if it's not happening right away. And don't be down on yourself because it's not happening right away. I feel like you're recovering from trauma in some way, whether that's emotional, or, spiritual, or all of them, physical. But I just feel like, yes, some things have clouded the mind, and you're like in a place where you can filter a lot of that out and get rid of it. Continue to let that happen. You're like in this healing process right now. So continue to let that, just your whole being heal. All right, let's see. On to Shakoya Wilkins. Excuse me. So she says, will CJ and I ever rekindle?
I'm not picking that up. I'm not picking that up. I think that I don't know what happened. What, Aaron?
I said, do you see kind of a reason why? Like, is there?
I don't think he's serious. For one, I'm picking up that he's not serious, that he's just kind of a free for all. He's not serious. And I think that you have a higher calling in a spiritual realm. So you got to guard yourself a little bit. Don't just fall for somebody because they're handsome or they got,
Yeah, and that's, I wasn't going to add, I think I've talked to CJ before about this. I've answered the same question. So I wanted to let you go first. And that's basically what I was picking up is he's not taking it serious enough. He's not giving enough energy to it. And I think that's kind of his attitude right now with everything, with everybody, is just kind of carefree, which I feel like he's not a bad guy. I just feel like he's not going to take it serious enough.
Absolutely.
So you kind of chasing that energy or really wanting that is actually repelling him or pushing him away. And I know that sounds crazy, but that energy, that energetic exchange, once you've connected with somebody, especially on certain levels and deeper levels, you're going to communicate with them through feelings, through expression all the time. Most of the time we don't pay attention, but they can feel that energy like pushing, right? And it's not good for you. I feel like she said, you do have like other things you want to do. And I feel like chasing him around would actually hinder those things or hinder the speed of which those things happen.
Yeah, so, I'm sorry, but I'm not picking up a connection there. I think you should just move on.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, but we all have to go our own way. And if we feel something for somebody, we feel something for somebody. However, you just understand if you go down that road, there are sacrifices going to be made. There are things that you are always going to wonder about. You know, just from my perspective, I mean, take it all with a grain of salt. You have to live your own life. But yeah, it's probably best to stay smart about it. You know, if you're not getting a give and take kind of thing with him,
Yeah.
He's not worth chasing. All right, let's see here. Dora Cordero says, greetings, beautiful goddess Tammy and my Grace Aaron. Greetings, Dora. I didn't see incognito. Oh, there we go. Well, I got to go down to the bottom here. Chrissy Cloud says illusion. Not sure. I think she's talking about what we were talking about. And hello, Chrissy Cloud. Good to see you again. So I wanted to talk to you. Well, we've got a little, just a minute to talk, and no, we don't want dead air, right? So explain to me about this pyramid. You were talking about how this pyramid was built. You're sitting underneath it right now, inside of it, right?
Yeah,
this is
I'm
like an
sitting
energy
inside
vortex.
of it.
You're like within this energy. Go ahead.
If you look up on YouTube, the Russian pyramids, they're at a steeper angle, and they bring in an energy vortex that, oh my gosh, I could only stand about 10 minutes in it with meditating and really focusing, and it cleared out a bunch of junk in a big hurry. There's healing benefits in it. These things, it didn't cost $20-$25 to make this. The research is out there. To make one yourself, there you can clear out your food, you can clear out your water. It brings in and reconstitutes living things and brings them to their natural state, and it brings healing to the body. So I'm going to sit in it.
That's cool. I know pyramids. Like, I want some organite pyramids.
Yes.
Is that what they're called? Organite pyramids?
Organite. Yeah.
And really, though, the pyramid period, I think it's got, like, I was watching something the other day and somebody was explaining it, how that pyramid has a lot to do with how UFOs propel, right? Their propulsion systems, because that shape actually creates that field. So that's awesome. That's like a little confirmation for me from what like this stuff. Because I asked, what is UFOs? How do they work? I'm always curious about that stuff and excited to find out when somebody, has some findings on it or theories about it. And that was a cool theory. So it's kind of a little bit of a confirmation on a theory that I'm kind of gnawing on right now.
Go for it. It feels good to sit in it. I can tell there's a difference.
Yep.
I don't know all the science of it. I'm not a technical person.
Are y'all sharing? How many viewers do we have right now?
Yes, share and invite.
Please share if you want. Any message? Did we do Jean D? I think that's Jean Dissero, but I'm not sure. So if I'm wrong, sorry. So Jean Dissero says, or Jean D says, any messages or guidance for the next few weeks? Why is it always like spiritual with you? That's good. I mean, that's a good thing. Not criticizing, but I feel like power. I feel like you want to go first. You look like you're onto something. Go ahead.
I feel like you're stepping into a higher dimension of seeing things being mirrored back to you. So pay attention to what's going on around you and try not to get yourself in a state of being triggered, because you're actually moving up in ascension. You're actually moving up in levels, if I could say it that way. I really don't know how to say it.
That's how our readings always go that way, don't they, Jean? Your
Really?
readings are like, they've been that way. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, you're right on, Tammy. I mean, there's no doubt, or I wouldn't have you on with me. But yeah, it's funny. Like, I'll let you answer that question, because on Facebook I've answered that question for her before, and that's pretty much the same answer. So see that's some good confirmation, Jean.
That's awesome.
You are entering like this higher spiritual realm within yourself, and we've talked about it. Stay grounded. You are on Earth, but you can ascend whenever you want to. So
I got goosebumps on that one.
We've done a little bit. We need to start doing. Maybe we need to do a live of like, what do you guys think? Tell me what you think. If we did like some stuff, cool stuff, like remote viewing, and like have everybody, and they can participate, because it is kind of like creating a storyline. That's how you start it, but you go by that feeling and what that first initial message that comes up or vision, right? And then you just everybody just participates. The more they participate, the
we have
more
a history
intensity
of doing that. When we first met online, we used to do a lot of that. We went on these trips into inner earth, and we seen things and experienced things, and it was awesome.
Yes, it was. There's Chrissy.
Yep.
Good to see you, Chrissy. Thank you for being here. All right. So if you had anything to tell somebody, because I know you like, this is kind of an interview and readings at the same time, right? We're just going to flow with it, like I said. So
flow with it.
If you had anything to tell anybody that was on a spiritual path that wanted to learn how to use their gifts more, if you had one lesson to give them, or it could just be a phrase, or one paragraph, what would you tell them to quickly access that, or access that?
I would say seek the spiritual experience, because we can take in a lot of information. We can read, we can learn, we can go to seminars, but until somebody actually lays hands on you and you feel the energy flowing through your body, and you know that you are connected to God's source and you're having a spiritual experience, there is nothing like it. That is what's life-changing. When it happens to you, it can happen to you. We have our, knowledge is everywhere. Knowledge is at our fingertips. But until you make it real through a practice of meditation and prayer, it is for me, because I have a religious background. I was in fundamental Christianity for 20 years. But in that, I experienced what the church calls the baptism of the Holy Spirit. What the outside world calls is the rise of the Kundalini, where it happened in my physical body, and there was no turning back. From that point on, I knew that whatever I touched was real, that connection was real, and I had to have more of it. It was
right.
Like,
that's how I feel like it's, if I had anything to say for somebody to open up, I would say giving yourself some quiet time, but you already have done it. Like, you've done it all your life. It's just more recognizing that it's there. That imagination, that daydreaming that happens kind of randomly, that's where I get a lot of my messages. And it's also, of course, where I can make, I can write songs. It's where where I access all that information to write music or write lyrics. And I do, it is another power helping me, but it is not separate from me, right? It's within me, like it is with all of you. So like you said, accessing that side and being open to it, whatever that is for you, because, we can go all the way across the world into the Muslim or the Hindu religion or the religion or the Sikh religion or the Christian religion. It doesn't matter what religion. What these guys did is they use their own language and terminology to describe the same things that we're all experiencing. So now from different places, they're going to have a different experience. From different times, they're going to have a different experience. They perceive it differently. Right now, we are perceiving it differently than they did, because we have a little bit more of we're a little more evolved than we were then, right? Just think about like 20 years, how much we've evolved. We have done it pretty fast, but I think it's important just that you trust yourself. Trust those messages that come through and let them flow through. And a lot of the times you can just stay quiet about it. Just wait and watch it happen, though. If you're getting visions and you connected, you wait and watch it happen, because spirit and universe have a certain way. And yes, they do have intelligent consciousness, very ascended consciousness. The universe is very, very conscious and very intelligent. That's how things can keep going, right? And
it's how we expand.
The universe has a way of kind of showing you and confirming to you that you have that gift. It's not separate from you. It's not something you are royally born with or you're entitled to. We're all entitled to it. It's all part of us. So, I know that was way longer than a paragraph. I would say that was probably at least 2 pages, but
Well, we're giving some good stuff. You got the good flow going on. You can't stop the flow. That's just it. When you're connected and it's flowing, don't stop
it. When you feel the flow, surf's up, right? Hang 10.
Right. I love it.
All right. Does anybody have any other questions? Did I miss anybody here? If not, we'll just kind of close it out. We'll wait a couple minutes and see, but chat is going pretty smoothly, but looks like we've got everybody answered for now. And if you would like a reading from me, like I said, www.psychicshaman333.com. Send me a message there. There's a price list. It's in the booking online or book online part of or page on my website. You can go in there and it kind of takes you through everything. You can set up the appointment, whatever you want to do. I've actually got a reading coming up here in about, what time is it? Got a reading coming up in about 20 minutes. So
yeah,
we're going to cut this one off here in a few minutes. And let's see here. Somebody wanted to ask, oh, that was AP. Yes, I forgot you. Thank you for asking again. Thank you for still being here. So let's finish up with this one. Or we'll see if anybody asks another question. We'll see what happens.
I love that question.
AP says, I asked what 2020 will be like for me. Thank you. I will go first on this one, if you don't mind.
Go for it.
It seems like a lot of it's like you're getting to a destination. You're moving fast uphill, right? You're moving very quickly. That's what I see 2020, figuratively. Excuse me, just for your own life. Sorry, I got dry throat. But understand when you're moving up at this quick of rate, there are going to be some bumps along the way. So don't let those bumps knock you off course too much. You're in a good spot. So basically, keep rising up. You're rising fast, but just be careful you're not stepping on anybody getting there, and you're not stepping in any traps, right? So any of these like old behaviors, like I feel like you've gone farther than you've ever gone before with whatever this is. Just your life, right? You're kind of reaching depths, which happens when we during life as we evolve in our own life. But I see it happening pretty fast. I see just don't get discouraged when you get bumped off track a little bit. And I feel like you kind of get bumped off track a little bit and you kind of tend to kind of fall back too much instead of push forward. And I think it's time to kind of push forward and not let those little roadblocks or anything sidetrack you from that. And remember, what goes all the way up will come down. Make sure you pick a good smooth ride on the way down, the smoothest possible. But you're doing great. Yeah, you're actually headed. When I say this, I mean figuratively. It was more figuratively, but you're reaching like levels of success you've never reached before. But you have to keep going. I think you will. You have like that indomitable spirit that just will not give up. So I think you'll do great. But 2020 looks good for you.
Yeah, I feel like you're being divinely guided. So just keep going.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. No, I'm sorry. I just cut you off trying to go too soon, but you haven't answered yet. So.
That's okay. I just felt like AP is being divinely guided. So just keep going and don't, like you said, don't let things knock you off the path. Just stay focused. You don't have to rush though. Take your time. Not rush into it. Have that time to integrate things and to make sense of things. But you are definitely being divinely guided.
Yep. Well, maybe we'll have you on again next weekend. We'll see her in a couple weeks, Tams. But let them know where they can get a hold of you once again. If they want a reading or they want a healing. Facebook?
I'm on Facebook.
Just Tammy Winterstream or Spirit Intuitive Tammy, right?
Spirit Intuitive Tammy. Just send me a private message or Facebook. I'm on Facebook practically. That's my platform.
I'm on Facebook as well. Shaman. So yeah, you can get a hold of me on my website though. Like I said, it's down below here running on a little ticker tape. So Y'all have a good night. I will see you guys tomorrow. I'll be on Facebook at 10:30 a.m. My time, which is 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. And I will talk to you tomorrow. Y'all have a great night. Enjoy yourself. Cheers.
Love you, Aaron. Bye, Norma.
Love you too. Hang on. I'm going to talk to you after the show. So hang on.